Now, maybe you're stuck in a rut. Well, we're going to actually help you shake things up. Oh, that's a good show, too. But learn how to add an exotic twist to tonight's meal coming up next.
Oh, that looks good, whatever that is. And remember... It is 7:38 here on You and Me, and it is 50 degrees downtown. Now, lots of parents know it can be a struggle to get their kids to try new foods. It's actually a struggle to get Melissa to try new foods, too. But it's not as challenging as you might think. If you've never tried Indian food or maybe new to the spices that are popular in Indian cuisine, we've got somebody who's making it nice and simple for us, and that's really all it's about. Let's say hello to Apupy Single.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. She is the lady behind the site called Indian is Apple Pie, which cracks me up. She's got tasty, healthy treats for us today, and this one's made with apples and brown sugar, which is perfect because it's starting to feel like fall.
Yeah,
and this is going to, and apples are in season, and so it's awesome. But you know, one thing I noticed on your site before we start cooking is that you made the comment that people's impression of Indian food may be kind of skewed because of what you get in restaurants. It's kind of different than what you would make at home.
It is. This is all home style cooking, and that's what I feature in my cookbook. So Indian slow cooker, vegan Indian that just came out. It's all about making Indian foods healthy and approachable. This is how we cook every day.
Right, as opposed to trying to fancy it up and make it something a little bit different that you would have in a restaurant.
Not just that, but adding creams and adding oils and just using the same masala and the spices over and over again for all the different dishes and just adding more cream on top of it.
Right, you don't need that.
You don't need it at all.
Okay, so what are we doing today? Because it looks like this is going to be labor intensive.
It's not. It is a little bit in the prep. Okay, just kind of getting things together. A lot of folks think that the bread that we eat in Indian food is naan. But it's not.
Oh, it's not.
We'd be bigger than houses if it's not naan. But we'd be bigger than houses. It's so unhealthy to be eating naan every day. I didn't eat naan growing up ever. We eat roti, which is like a tortilla. It's like a flatbread.
Like, so this is what you have in front here. And you make them yourself?
You make them yourself at home.
So what's the dish that's called that we're having today?
We're going to have paranthas. A parantha is a stuffed roti. It's just this bread, this flour. It's called chapati flour. Chapati, roti, and fulka are 3 different words for the same thing. It's a flatbread. And it's a certain kind of flour that's milled more than a regular whole wheat flour. But it's a white wheat or like a durum wheat.
So this isn't gluten-free?
This is not gluten-free, but you can make these gluten-free. It's a little tougher to do, but I'm kind of working on it for all my classes and whatnot. But
not a problem.
This is not gluten-free right now. But you're going to take this chapati flour, which you can find in an Indian grocery store, 3 cups right here, or you can go and get the 100% whole white flour. It's a pastry flour from Whole Foods or from other places, and you can replace it. You can also take whole wheat flour, the regular kind, and take 2 cups and mix it with 1 cup of all-purpose.
And that makes it a little more grainy.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. So we're going to take that and we're going to take water. So
and this is just a regular food processor?
This is a regular. It's actually kind of, you know, not complete. I lost my little lid, so just full disclosure there for all of you.
You know what? Here's the thing. I like that you brought that because most people's the appliances at home are always. There was never anything that had all the pieces.
I don't know where it is anymore. I am still looking.
Your kids are playing with them.
Ate it.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, we're going to turn this on just about a cup and a half of water. I started with a cup because I don't know how finely milled the flour is. So the water
you test it out.
Yeah, switch up. So we're going to go ahead and just turn that on, and it's going to go and go and go. Usually we did this by hand in a bowl.
Oh my gosh.
That's why many of us hate making these because your hands are all messy and it drives you nuts.
But you know what? Just like with making tortillas, you know, for my friends whose moms still insist on making them by hand, it's kind of that tradition that you do, you know, that because your mom says you have to.
Well, you know, yeah, exactly, and your mother-in-law too.
Right, there you go. And then who's going to argue with their mother-in-law?
So we're going to keep it going, and look at this. It starts to form this ball. As soon as it starts to form into kind of a ball,
that's when
you're going to stop it. Now, this is probably just a little bit softer, okay? So you can feel it's a little softer. You're going to add a little bit more flour if you need to.
Okay, so it's kind of sticky, and then we end up with...
You end up with something like this.
Okay.
And so this is really workable. There's no way you can get it wrong. So keep adding a little flour if you need it. If you don't, that's okay. Take it the way it is. You're going to take a little bit of this. You're going to keep, and I bring this,
I'll try.
You know, ratty looking little takeout container with me. This is what I keep my dry flour in. It's so simple. Put the lid on.
That's for leftovers. What are you talking about?
There you go.
Don't make excuses at You and Me. We understand. We totally understand. So you make it into a little ball.
I love this show. Yeah, it's so easy. All right, make it into a ball. Okay? So the trick is put a little bit of dry flour on it. My grandmother taught me this in the village in Punjab in India. Go like this so that you have a round roti at the end of the day. There you go.
Trying to make my hands like yours.
There.
Oh,
takes 13 years of practice.
Okay.
So
Wait,
yeah.
hold up. I gotta cheat. It's almost right. It's almost right.
There you go. So now we're just gonna roll this little puppy out and.
Oh, so you make it circular with kind of thick on the edges so that when you roll it out, it kind of rolls out even.
So now, see, so this is, now if it was wider and thinner, it would be just a plain roti that you would eat with your dinner. But we're gonna make it into a parantha, which is stuffed roti. So we've got this, and now we're gonna stuff it with something.
Oh, so it's almost like an empanada.
Yeah.
Okay,
similar.
I'm getting this. I'm getting this.
Okay, so we've got that. We're gonna put this to the side real quick.
Put mine on the side so I can
now
work
we
on that
decided to use apple. So now with the apple, if you want to use apple, you've got to just squeeze out all the water, because it's going to be really watery.
Is there any particular kind of apple? Because I see you have yellow apples and red apples.
Yeah, use anything you want, anything at all.
And just a plain apple, no other, oh, we're getting to that.
Yeah, we're going to add some brown sugar. So I've got it all right in here. So we're going to add a little bit of brown sugar in there.
I love this spice tin. It's awesome.
And then, you know what's fun is I make a chai masala. Masala just means a mixture of spices.
Okay.
And this is the mixture of spices that goes into tea.
Is that something we can just buy by itself?
You can.
And it's called chai masala in the store? Okay.
Exactly. And you can go on my website, Indiana's Apple Pie. I sell it as well. I make my own blend. So there you go. So you're going to spread that on there. If you wanted to, you could put a little turmeric in there, maybe a little salt to make it sweet and savory.
Got it.
You could use ground cloves, anything that you want.
It's kind of what inspires you or what kind of taste you know your family likes. Great.
And the beauty is with these, you can actually mix in this process in spinach, I do for my kids, grated cauliflower, whatever you want to do in terms of
hide the vegetables.
Exactly.
You play that game too, huh?
I do.
It's not just Melissa. So you just basically folded it over, dipped it in more, and then, oh wow, and then you flatten it out again?
Exactly.
Is that what that is? That has everything inside?
It does, yep. So you're going to just go ahead and keep dipping it. The trick is, it took me 13 years as a
and you're giving us all
to figure this out.
And you're giving us all the tricks.
Use my experiences to help you. Yep, and just gonna roll it out. Look how thin it is and beautiful. And the filling is inside.
I love this. Now, how do you cook it after this?
You're gonna just take it over here to a heavy pan. We've got it on medium-high. And the trick is you just put it right on there and you let it cook for a couple of seconds. 30 seconds, really, if the pan is really nice and hot. And then you'll flip it right after the 30 seconds.
And then this is what you
brown
end
it
up
on
with.
both sides, yeah.
Now, could you add like honey or something else to it to make it a little, an extra, because you know kids love to drizzle stuff on things.
Absolutely.
I gotta taste one of these.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Apupy. We appreciate it. And if you want to check out her new book, it's called Vegan Indian Cooking, and the book is available on Amazon.com. And if you want to meet her, she's making a couple of appearances this weekend at Williams-Sonoma. She'll be doing cooking demos plus signing copies of her book, and you can probably get some cool tips like she gave us this morning. Log on to indianasapplepie.com for more information. These are good, and they're not too sweet.
Exactly.
I like that. I like this a lot. Okay, Melissa, while I eat, you check weather.
Oh, bummer. Okay, save me one. I want her to autograph it too. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast for you today. Weather.